Don't pass up this opportunity. The truth cannot be concealed indefinitely, according to Archangel Michael. No matter how hard the shadows try to hide the treachery, light always manages to get through. The family rat has been hiding in plain sight, but suddenly the mask is coming off. They muttered words of love and smiled in your direction, but behind closed doors, they were busy making up falsehoods. Those who merely wanted peace are suffocated by the poisonous weight of deceit that permeates the atmosphere. The time for revelation has arrived, and God has seen everything. Betrayal is a curse on the soul of the one who does it, not merely an act. They believed that their secrets were buried far away, out of sight. However, the day of judgment has come, and heaven's eyes see nothing. Those who naively trusted will have their foundations shaken by the truth. It will ultimately release you, but it will hurt and break hearts. The darkness they produced no longer conceals the traitor among us, the family rat. To claim your blessings and defense against deceit, like this video. God's justice comes at the proper time with inexorable power, it doesn't wait. The weight of their steps will increase for those who believed they could move easily while lying. They are now unable to flee as the bonds of their deception tighten around them. Even though they may plead for forgiveness, genuine repentance goes beyond words. It is the willingness to reveal their own darkness, the lowering of their pride, and the humbling before the truth. But is this just another act in the traitor's never-ending show, or does he genuinely want to be atoned for? With every day that goes by, the voices of truth become louder. The world is watching as their mask breaks and their web of lies comes crashing down. God's hand works quickly to make sure that no secret is ever left in the dark. The family rat thought they might avoid punishment, but it is impossible to defraud divine rule. Every deed has a cost, and every betrayal has an effect. The force of God's truth is too great for any untruth to overcome. Make sure to click the Join button and take part in our transformational adventure if you wish to become a member of our spiritual family now in order to open a route to inner peace and enlightenment. Or make a $50 donation in Jesus' honor. Every gift, regardless of size, supports this cause and allows us to carry on with our spiritual path. Join me on this journey, understanding that your assistance is like a seed planted in the kingdom, which God will then grow to provide you with even more blessings. Betrayal hurts like a dagger to the heart, but try not to let it make you weaker. Rather, allow it to fortify your soul, for you have been selected to overcome the evildoer's schemes. Time is running out for the deceiver, and everyone will see them fall. Truth comes unexpected and inexorable, it does not request permission. The names of those who plotted behind closed doors will be revealed. They will be brought down by the evidence of their own words and deeds. If you believe that God's justice is always served on time, type 777. Their schemes were based on false information, and now the flaws are becoming apparent. Observe them as they falter and attempt to maintain the illusion that is evaporating. Their demise will come more quickly the more they resist the truth. To divide and destroy, they whispered lies, but now those same lies are coming back to haunt them. The traitor will stand alone when the very people they duped turn away and the fake support disintegrates. Those who chose dishonesty over loyalty will end up like this. They can no longer bear the burden of their betrayal. The truth has already sealed their doom, despite their attempts to distort and assign blame. There is no turning back now that the mask has fallen. Heaven's justice sweeps away all lies like a tempest. Their season is over, even though the liar may have gotten away with it for a while. Observe when their plans fail, their voice becomes weaker, and their influence diminishes. They will want to go back in time and undo their actions, but God's rule is unforgiving to evildoers. The roofs are suddenly shouting what has been done behind closed doors. They have been damned by their own deeds, and there is no way out. Truth always wins out. It could take a while, but once it does, it can't be stopped. Furthermore, the family rat's true nature is now known. If justice and truth are important to you, type 999. Now that the treachery has been revealed, the repercussions are being felt. Regardless of how neatly they are crafted, lies have a way of coming back to haunt you. When, not if, will bring the traitor to ruin. They believed they were powerful, but their authority was based on dishonesty. Now, like sand, that power is sliding through their fingers. All of their falsehoods now serve as evidence of their actual character. They can no longer pretend because the light has exposed their darkness. Their games are ended, their influence is gone, and their illusions are destroyed. They are now seen for what they really are by those who earlier believed their lies. The traitor thought they could hide forever, but there is no denying God's justice. There is no way out now that the time they feared has come. Everyone is now aware of their treachery, it is no longer a secret. The unrepentant are not spared. The liar has to stand in the wreckage of their own creation and confront their actions. Despite their desperate lies, the truth will not back down from their attempts to flee, deny, or divert. The time of reckoning has arrived, and God has moved. We can no longer hide the traitor among us. The faithful stand triumphant in the light of truth, and their time is ended. According to Archangel Michael, the concealed will always come to light. The truth always makes its way to the surface, regardless of how deeply they bury their lies. The betrayer among us has been exposed, and the ensuing judgment cannot be avoided. They put up a front of love, but it was all lies. They plotted disaster behind our backs while grinning in our faces. Now everyone can see the evil they carried. When betrayal comes from family, the hurt is more intense. A longtime friend and confidant who was now exposed as dishonest. Once believed to be clean, their hands are now discolored by the proof of their betrayal. Instead, they are ensnared in the web of deceit they woven. They are being pulled into the pit they built for others by their lies, which have turned into chains. They believed they would be able to hide indefinitely, but now they have nowhere to go. If you think that God is just and protective, type 333. The family member who deceived us all thought no one would notice. However, heavenly truth has been revealed, and God observes everything. There is no going back now that the moment they feared the most has come. They pretended to be concerned as they stood among us, but their hearts were gloomy. Envy and avarice drove their acts, and their murmurs were poisonous. The burden of their treachery has now descended upon them like a powerful tempest. When the truth is present, lies cannot endure. Their illusions have been broken by the light of revelation, which has revealed the essence of their deceit. Only the reckoning they attempted to avoid remains. There is no more hiding or pretending. They believed they could control, falsify statements, and avoid responsibility. However, the evidence against them now comes from their own conduct. They are now blatantly visible to those they duped, and their power has diminished. All of their deceptive statements and covert actions now serve as evidence of their treachery. They have tenfold retribution for the devastation they wreaked. There is nowhere for them to go, no more lies to tell, and no more justifications to offer. Now, the suffering they caused reverberates within their own lives. Now, the damage they inflicted follows them everywhere. This is the cost of treachery, and the hand of divine justice cannot be avoided. If you believe that truth triumphs over deceit, type 777. The world sees the treacherous person standing there with their plans uncovered. The unavoidable and indisputable truth they feared has now arrived. They are no longer able to refute or fabricate the account because the evidence is too compelling. They are responsible for their own demise. Once their strength, their deceit is now their weakness. The grasp of truth tightens the more they attempt to flee. The timing of God's justice is flawless. The betrayer has reached the end of their term and is about to be punished. Now that they have made their decision, they must follow it by themselves. Now they are rising, the ones they aimed to annihilate. Now, the people they attempted to suppress are speaking up. In front of them, the power they believed they possessed is suddenly disintegrating. They misjudged the power of the righteous. They were mistaken to believe that lies could prevail against the truth. There is no illusion that can defeat the eternal truth. The betrayer now has to deal with the fallout. The guilty have no way out, and the unrepentant have no mercy. Justice will not be postponed, and they will reap what they have sown. If you reject dishonesty and stand for truth, type 999. Their downfall serves as a lesson to everyone who believes they can lie without facing repercussions. There will never be peace again for the hands that betrayed. There will be no way out of their own deeds, which will haunt their head. Now, those who once trusted them turn away. Their betrayed family will never forget. They will be followed by the harm they inflicted, a shadow that will never go away. They used lies to gain power, but they are now helpless. Destiny has now turned against them, despite their belief that they could control it. The truth has triumphed over their period of deceit. The time of the traitor is over. No more fleeing, hiding, or acting like someone else. The truth has come out, and they are doomed. Divine justice has triumphed, and God has moved. Those who chose lies will fall, but those who walked in truth will stand firm. This is the unquestionable force of righteousness, the order of the cosmos. There is no turning back from this, their fate is set. They now have to live with the decisions they have made. Judgment has been handed down by God, and it is final. They claimed to be one of us, ate with us, and smiled with us, but they had dishonesty in their hearts. Behind closed doors, they wreaked havoc while working in quiet and whispering poison. The light of truth has now ripped their web of falsehoods apart. The truth doesn't stay hidden indefinitely. The proof of their treason is now in front of them, despite their best efforts to hide it. They are now bound to judgment by the chains of their own behavior. Now they have what they feared most. They are now standing in the open, their disguise gone, their illusion shattered, and they are revealed for what they really are. There is nowhere left for the rat among us to hide. If you support divine justice and truth, type 333. The betrayal is profound and goes right to the core of trust. The person closest to the heart is always the one who causes the most harm, not a stranger. They put on the front of affection, but their true motivations were envy and avarice. In the belief that their plots would never be discovered, they moved in silence. However, the justice of heaven sees all, and no lie is ever overlooked. Now that the day of reckoning has come, they are powerless to undo the damage they have caused. While lies are temporary, truth endures forever. Once believed, their words now seem meaningless and hollow. They are now being turned away by the very individuals they duped. The days of their manipulation are past. They are now being pulled down by the weight of their own treachery after being overwhelmed by the evil they carried. Those they once used lies to manipulate forsake them, leaving them alone. They believed that their secrets would remain hidden and that they were impenetrable. However, every secret has its moment of revelation, and this is it. All they have now is their own shame, yet they desired power. They have succeeded in elevating the individuals they meant to deceive. They have strengthened the ones they attempted to eliminate. Those they targeted have only benefited from their evil. If you believe in divine justice and protection, type 777. Now, the betrayer travels a lonely path. It is impossible to rebuild the bridges they destroyed. It is impossible to rebuild the trust they destroyed. The truth resists their lies, despite their attempts to change the past and assign blame. Their deceptive statements are ignored, their methods have failed, and their manipulation is no longer effective. Only their own humiliation remains when they have lost their fictitious authority. They can't act like that anymore. They are seen as they are by the world. The deceit is over, and the family rat has been exposed. Everyone who thinks they can manipulate and deceive without repercussions should learn from this. Heaven's eyes never blink, despite the betrayer's belief that they could move silently and covertly. They must now deal with the consequences of their actions since they have harvested what they sowed. The upright remain steadfast and unaffected by the evildoer's lies. Even if they have wounds, they are stronger than before. They have been shielded by God, and no weapon designed to harm them has succeeded. The days of lying are past. Now is the moment for justice. And we will never have another secret rat among us. If you think that truth triumphs over all falsehood, type 999. They desired power, but falsehoods always lead to the breakdown of authority. They are left without the control they sought. They fall into the abyss of their own creation, while the ones they aim to destroy suddenly prosper. The end of their power is here. The conclusion of their deceit is here. Their name will always be associated with treachery because they have been exposed. The time of the traitor is over. No more deceptions, falsehoods, or scams. The judgment has been rendered, and the truth has spoken. Now, those who walked in the light advance with courage. Dark people are left behind, constrained by their own deceit. Since God's justice has won out, there is no turning back now. The rat in the household has been exposed. The truth season has here. Additionally, nothing will ever be the same. They pretended to be one of us as they moved among us. They planted seeds of destruction in secret while speaking words of kindness. Their benevolence was a front, and their loyalty was a deception, but the delusion has been dispelled. The people they betrayed the most deeply were the ones who trusted them the most. They plotted behind closed doors, living off confidence, and flourished on deceit. For a while, their deeds remained concealed, but nothing stays hidden forever. There is no avoiding the reckoning now that it has come. The truth now rises tall where their web of falsehoods once stood. Now that the family rat has been exposed, their deceit is no longer effective. If you believe in the force of divine justice, type 333. Nothing eludes the attentive eyes of God, who sees everything. The traitors' treason has been exposed, despite their belief that they could conceal. They now have to take responsibility for their actions. To divide and conquer, they spread lies in whispers. They feigned to be innocent because they wanted to watch others fail. However, the burden of their lies is now too great to bear. They stand alone after their devastation, their game is ended, and their mask has fallen off. The day of reckoning has arrived, despite their belief that they could avoid judgment. Make sure to click the Join button and take part in our transformational adventure if you wish to become a member of our spiritual family now in order to open a route to inner peace and enlightenment. Or make a $50 donation in Jesus' honor. Every gift, regardless of size, supports this cause and allows us to carry on with our spiritual path. Join me on this journey, understanding that your assistance is like a seed planted in the kingdom, which God will then grow to provide you with even more blessings. We shall never forget the suffering they inflicted. The injuries they caused will act as a reminder of what was learnt. However, those they aimed to eliminate will simply become more powerful. They believed that treachery would give them power, but it has only made them weaker. They are now plainly visible to those they attempted to control. Their power has vanished, and the family rat is no longer concealed. The evidence is indisputable, despite their best efforts to deny it. They will attempt to place the blame elsewhere, but their lies are no longer believed. There is no escaping the truth, which is unwavering. If you think justice will always be served, type 777. Those who chose betrayal over devotion end up like this. They were never really with us, even if they may have strolled among us. They are now isolated as a result of their deceit. Now the ones they attempted to destroy are rising. Now more than ever, the voices of those they attempted to stifle are heard. They are standing in the wreckage of their own creation after their efforts backfired. They will regret not choosing honesty. They will come to regret their decisions. But what has been done cannot be reversed, it is too late. The remedy has been discovered, but their whispers were poison. The falsehoods they propagated have been revealed. They are no longer able to enchant the people they intended to hurt. They will have to confront the consequences of their behavior. They will realize that they were responsible for their own demise after witnessing the harm they inflicted. They are no longer able to control or manipulate. The deceit season is over. There is nowhere left for them to hide now that the truth has surfaced. Those who were deceived have been proven right, and their power will only grow. If you believe that all betrayals will be exposed, type 999. The family rat believed they were able to outsmart fate. They thought they could get away with it. However, every deed has repercussions, and the moment has arrived for them. It is impossible to mend the relationships they broke. It is impossible to rebuild the trust they destroyed. They will go by themselves, bearing the consequences of their own decisions. The deceivers will fall, and the upright will rise. Those who follow the truth will go on unaffected by the evildoers' plots. There is no turning back now that justice has spoken. We have exposed the rat in our midst. They are no longer hidden. Nothing will ever be the same again because the truth is paramount. The time for revelation is now. The faithful will ascend, and the wicked will fall. The betrayer's name will always be associated with their own demise.